Hello everybody, today is Wednesday, September 16th, and we're going to hit just on a few things about the EIDL. So from my understanding that uh, everything that's going on with the stimulus package and everything, the EIDL, they put in $50 billion for the EIDL, which is good. At first in the beginning, earlier, it did not say a state EIDL. So in one of my previous videos, I spoke about the money that they were trying to allocate, probably going to PPP. But now it does specifically say in the outline of the stimulus package about the EIDL. So expect the EIDL, especially if they get the EIDL money, because basically what's happening is the EIDL kind of got shut down as of July 11th as far as the grants. The loans they were still pushing, but they still weren't pushing them enough. Everything is on hold. When you call EIDL, you call SBI, you call SBA about the EIDL, then most of the time they just says that it says processing. So it's been stuck. Basically, the processing thing is because the EIDL program wanted more money. So in order to get more money, you have to act like you don't have enough or you don't have any. So the only way to really actually technically do that is to just stop and say, hey, if we had more money, then we can, give out more loans and more grants. So if that's the case now, I can't say if you got a grant that the $50 billion that you can reapply or redo another one. Technically, if you ask me, it should be that way because it's been a long time. Maybe the epidemic started around March 13th per se, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So now we had 6 months. So for the people who needed those funds, obviously the funds in 6 months, once you divide what you got and into 6 months, it still didn't equate to what you needed to keep your business in operation so that you didn't go under. So the EIDL, if that happens, I cannot say, like I cannot say that you can go the second time around. It may be the people for the first time around, they haven't really actually made a statement about that yet. But if the EIDL money goes into the stimulus and it becomes available, and the EIDL would more so open back up to the grants and to the loans. So really actually look for that as far as the EIDL. The unemployment is where it's at. You heard on a previous video that I said that the unemployment was talking about $450 for 8 weeks and then bumping up to $600, but they'll stop it or cap it to make sure that you don't make more than what you were making. How that's going to be, I don't know, but they did state that the 8 weeks at 450 was just to make it move along while they change the computers and update so that they can find out who made whatever. If that's possible, if it's going to happen, that's a whole nother story. But that's what they're talking about as far as the unemployment to $450 and such. Now, I can't say again, some people are saying that it's retroactive and some people saying that it's not. If it's retroactive, then basically they say 450 at 8 weeks. So we're approaching the end of September. So that means all of August and all of September. So if they paid up, they'll just be paying up to this point. And we'll be right back where we started at, if that makes any sense. So I don't know, but what I do know is those are two different programs. One is through the FEMA, all these acronyms, LUA or something, but it's through FEMA. So the thing is through FEMA, that's one program, but on another note, the other thing is a different program where this would be more so the stimulus and the money coming from the treasury and such. So as far as retroactive, I can't really actually speak on it. As far as unemployment, today I got a few calls that some people actually got their $900, which is basically 3 weeks, $300, 3 weeks, $900. But if you still go to unemploymentpua.com, you can look and you'll see that it says Illinois paid 3 weeks, but still owed for 2. So technically this week would be 3. So they're basically saying that they still owe 2 to 3 weeks after making the $900 deposit with your regular scheduled unemployment amount. So that's basically it as far as the unemployment. Like I said, somebody actually got it today. Last week, somebody said that they got it last week. But I do know people who still haven't got it. So it's kind of confusing. I don't know if they're going in alphabetical order. It doesn't seem like it because one person's last name ended in something and something else, but and the other person's name was something else, and it just didn't seem like alphabetical order. Possibly they might be going in as far as whoever signed up for unemployment first, because that might be a possibility. But other than that, that's probably it. EIDL, unemployment and such. We just got to wait and see what happens. Everybody just be prepared and be ready. Basically now everything is coming to the finish line because they know by the time they're trying to time it in a sense of when the money comes out is right by or next to election time. So if something happens in the next week, the checks probably stimulus check that is probably wouldn't go out until the mid of October, and by election being November 3rd, then they're trying to time this right. So that's why the Democrats and Nancy Pelosi or whatever said nobody can leave. We have to have some type of agreement and such like that, because the time is now. They're timing this like this on purpose, which just shows that they're not for the American people or for the American people first. I appreciate everybody. Press subscribe and press the thumbs up. Much appreciated. Thanks. We out. Thinkers.